Am I overreacting to my BF not checking on his family? My BF and I have been together for 10 years. He has 2 sisters that happen to both be in the hospital right now for separate conditions. They have been in the hospital closer to 2 weeks at this point. One is heavily sedated. The other is able to speak, but the only time he calls to check in on the one is if I nag him for hours. His words, rolling eyes emoji. And he gets annoyed into finally calling. He hasn't even called his brother-in-law to check on the other sister or his nieces and nephews because he didn't like his brother-in-law. I've told him that this isn't a time to like somebody. You need to care about your sister. Was off last weekend this week, and every weekend. So I keep telling him he needs to make time to go see them. He keeps making excuses like he doesn't want to leave me all day. He doesn't want to take the kids. And even though I have a solution to his BS excuses, he still doesn't go. So today I've been bugging him and he's angry with me because now he has to go see them. I'm so disgusted with him right now. I don't even want to look at him. How can he just not give a shit? He knows I have a chronically ill mom and I had to quit my job to be able to care for her, and my siblings don't even call her or me to check in, let alone go see her. And we constantly say how awful it is that they don't come around and it all falls on me. But here he is doing it to his family. Am I overreacting?
I need to know if they all live in the same state or even in the same county. I get it. If they don't have time to see each other because they all live in different parts of the country, I get that. But also coming from the family that I was raised, I think it's also kind of weird to me that you don't check in on your siblings and they're in the hospital. So she's rightfully acting.
Rightfully acting. Okay. In the same way that you need an extra piece, I'm going to insert an extra piece. Because she at no point ever talked about the relationship that he has with his family. If he legitimately just is whatever, they'll be fine probably. My brother-in-law, I asked him for a beer and he said I had enough. Are you serious? I had enough? I'm not talking to him. If that's the case, 100% she is reacting accordingly. But the thing is, for a lot of people, just because someone is blood to you doesn't mean that they are your family. Okay? With family, a respect on both sides has to be given and has to be earned. So I don't know why he doesn't like his sisters or just that side of the family or whatever. He might have a reason to. I would have felt a lot better about it if she had just said he has no reason to not like his family and not support them. And to a different degree, something like this happened to me. It wasn't family. There was a person who I used to work with, and he taught me a lot of stuff in radio, and a lot of people would consider him my mentor in a lot of aspects of it, right? A long time after I was working with him and everything, but at one point he got cancer. And people were like, oh yeah, you're going to reach out? You're going to say anything? I was like, no, I'm not saying to him.
No.
And you know why? It was because, and I put all these things together after the fact, he was a person. After I got promoted at my job doing certain things, the same jokes that I used to make, now they offended him. And now he would go and talk behind my back to a lot of people. And now I've turned into a different person because of all these things. Oh, by the way, he could never come and talk to me directly. He would have to go and talk to everyone else.
Yeah.
Oh, there's more. After I get divorced, guess whose DMs he drops into?
Not your ex-wife.
Yes, my ex-wife.
Oof.
And I don't even care about that because, honestly, if he was going to lay the pipe and she was going to be happy and leave me the alone for a couple minutes, cool. It's fine. Do whatever. I support that. But the stuff that he would say to her, he would talk about me, I should say, like I was the bully in an 80s rom-com. Oh, he never treated you right. And I just didn't understand what he had that I didn't have and why he could have you and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, What?
What?
What are you talking about right now? Oh, not to mention, I was full on married probably 6 months into that job working there. Me and my ex had been together for a very long time at that point. So for him to just think that, I came in and I just threw my dick on the table one day and she fawned all over me and that was it. And that's what I'm saying. I put all these things together about who he really was and how he really thought about me. And when I found out that he had cancer, like, don't get it twisted. I wasn't here like, oh my God, if he could die, I'd be so happy. Like, and make it painful. Make it bone cancer, right? I wasn't here saying that. But at the same time, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. I'm not going to reach out to him and say, hey, I don't care if you get better. I don't care if you don't get better. Like, you don't exist to me anymore. And while I get that that's someone that I work with compared to family, same thing. Like, if he feels like, justified or not, if he feels like everyone in his family treated him like a piece of shit, and as a result doesn't want to be around them, then he shouldn't have to.